July 2013, I decided I wanted to start my own business. It was one of the most difficult decisions I've ever made. I had a good job, I was employed. But now I decided I wanted to be my own boss, I wanted to change things. I decided I wanted to do food processing. So whilst I was deciding I want to do food processing, peanut butter came to mind. I love peanut butter, but I didn't have enough capital to buy the equipment that was needed and to start the business. I had saved a bit of money whilst I was employed. I then wrote a business plan, and when I did my business plan, I realized the money that I needed to procure the equipment and the money that I had wasn't enough. So I approached the banks. I went and saw my banker, and she says to me, you know what? You said you're leaving your job. The only loan that you can get is a salary-based loan. We won't be able to give you that because you won't be having any salary. Unless you have a collateral, then if you have collateral, then we can give you the money you're looking for. But at that point in my life, I didn't have any collateral. So I approached a few other banks, and the story was the same. Then one day I'm speaking to my friends about my dream and what I want to achieve. Someone then suggests, why don't you go and see Virl Microfinance? It was founded by two women, and I'm sure they would love to empower other women as well. So I went to Virl Microfinance the first day. I tried to get an appointment, but I couldn't see them. The next day, I managed to sit down with them. I showed them my business plan, and the first question that they asked was, do you have collateral? I didn't have collateral. I told them I didn't have any collateral. Fortunately, I told them that I had money that I had saved, and if we buy the equipment together, the equipment was going to be collateral, and as soon as I finished paying them off, the equipment will then belong to me, and that was asset financing. Virl held my hand at that particular moment when no one else could. They decided to finance the machinery. We managed to buy the machinery and started our first production. That was July 2013. So while we started producing, I realized that I did not even have enough money to supply even the small little shops that I wanted to start with. So I then went back to them and I said, you know what? With the money that I have, I'm still trying to pay back the loan. At the same time, I'm still trying to service the market, and it's not working out for me. Then they said, okay, we'll give you working capital. That's the second product that I worked with. I still had that asset financing loan with them, and they topped it up with working capital. So I started working with them, and I was paying off their working capital. And because they constantly believed in women empowerment, and in growing my business as well. One day I was having a conversation with my Gwenzi from Virl. She then says to me, where are you getting your groundnuts for you to make this peanut butter? Then I told you that we were working with rural women farmers who were growing their groundnuts and they were selling to us. Then Virl said to me, you know what? We can give you what we call value chain financing. We'll go back to your women farmers, we'll sit down with them, and we'll find out how much we can give them so that they can improve their productivity. And I thought this was a life-changing moment in my life. I've always wanted to see these women grow. I've always wanted to see them feed their families. You know, back home, women are the backbone of the society. They are the ones who make sure that there's food on the table for their families. So with Virl coming in, assisting to give them seed and fertilizer so that they can improve their productivity, that really changed their lives, because their productivity also went up, and at the same time our productivity at Nutri-Foods also increased. So while we were growing with these women and Nutri was growing, we decided we wanted to package sugar beets. Then we also did the corn nuts. This is the chili corn nuts. We did the chili corn nuts, and also we had the salted corn nuts. We then moved on and decided we wanted to do jams as well. So we have our marmalade jam, we have our mixed fruit jam, and we have honey as well. In all this, Virl felt we were leaving behind our employees. Nutri was growing, the women, the value chain was now stronger, but what about the people who were working in the factory? So Virl came up with a life-enhancing product, which I thought it was an amazing product, because no matter how much someone is earning, it enables them to be able to cover their costs, to pay up the loan amount that's required, and they'll still remain with something that they can use for their families, and they've also grown in their own personal capacity and in their own lives, and I'm so grateful. I'm happy we're having this talk today because it's the International Women's Month, and the theme for this year is Balance for Better. Virl has managed to balance for better in the city and in the rural areas. They've managed to finance these women, and they've managed to change their lives. All need to forget about what someone has to offer for us to be able to help them. We need to concentrate on the passion. We need to concentrate on the dream. We need to concentrate on the integrity, and this world will be a better place.